Recently, I've decided to build myself a small fish room, and it's coming along nicely. But it's now come time to start thinking about what exactly we want to breed, as the room is nearly ready for fish. But honestly, I haven't given it much thought, and it's not exactly something you can work out in 5 seconds. So I've decided to make a quick trip up to my mate in Brisbane. Hopefully he can give us a hand with figuring out what exactly we want to breed and what's profitable.
Yo. Oh, you opened it. Oh, what's happening?
So I'm setting up a fish room at home.
Yep.
And I'm trying to figure out what would be the best fish to breed for profit, because it's a small room and I don't have that many tanks.
How many tanks have you got?
I've got 10.
Yeah.
But I'm planning to divide them all up, so I should have maybe like 20 tanks.
All right.
They're 1 metre long, but
Yeah.
I'll cut them in half, so it'll be like a 2 foot by 2 foot tank.
Okay, so you got 20.
20, yeah.
All right. So and you don't have grow out space?
I have 2 6 foot tanks of grow out
Okay.
space. That's like 1,000 litres between the two.
So you got 2 6 foot grow outs?
Yeah.
And then 20 little tanks.
Yeah.
All right. I have a few ideas. So let's go look at a few and I'll explain. I think because when it comes to breeding fish for profit, like the problem I have is like firstly it's hard to make money unless you have like a huge commercial operation and you're doing it full time. So I think it's more about like supplementing the hobby. If you can like breed stuff and like have fun doing it and then make money from it, that's like just like a bonus then.
Yeah.
Because then it's like free and you're having fun, because it can be expensive. So yeah, there's two things. Like if we're breeding fish like in here, these are Bosmani rainbows, you'd know these. These are super profitable. Like each of these fish, because they're adults, are probably worth like $100 each. And then, you know, as babies, they're worth like $30. So that's already, you know, that's like still a lot of money. The problem is you need a lot of space to grow these out.
Right.
So then you start losing your profit on when you're growing them out. But then like a tank like this in here, which is dirty, but it's full of just random guppies and, you know, like just tons of color, super healthy fish. This tank makes a lot of money like per square foot.
Yep.
Because like all I do is like keep the guppies, feed them, and they breed themselves, and it takes no work. Like with those, I need to work a lot. So like these, I can make, you know, it's just like a colony breeding sort of a deal.
Yeah, I like that.
So like, I guess we can do probably one fish. You'd only have, surprisingly, you probably only got space for 1 or 2 fish where you can like intensively breed it, like what I was talking about before, and the rest would probably have to be colony bred because you've got no grow out space.
Yeah, that sounds good to me actually.
Yeah.
Because I feel like if I just had a couple of the ones that are like more intensive, then I can focus on them.
Yeah.
And then the other ones will just be like back burners.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like
just breed in the background.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, and you can just, enjoy the tank.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like just, that's probably more relatable to people trying to breed for profit.
Yeah.
Like a tank in like an extra tank, just to like make money for the food.
Yeah.
So I guess then the first one would be like guppies.
Yeah.
Obviously like assorted guppies probably not as profitable. Cause like, dude, the problem is like a lot of shops can buy these guppies and they can buy them for pennies.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would I, like, I'd buy them from a local breeder, but like, that's just me. Like other shops won't care. So like, maybe getting like a really cool strain of guppy. What's a cool one? Oh, let's go here. So this is a tank I've got at the moment for a project. In here, these are the 24K golds. So these are like a pure strain of guppy. And these can fetch pretty good prices because they breed true. So like people want them.
Yeah.
And firstly, like also because they look cool. So like all the babies theoretically should look like that male and these females. But yeah, like you can get like in Australia, $30 a pair. I mean, easily. And then that makes it a lot more lucrative.
Yeah.
And like shops might pay $10 for a pair as long as they look like these.
Yeah.
So yeah, to breed them, all you need to do is set up a tank with plants, and you don't need to do any of this trap stuff. Like I've just done that for a video.
Yeah. So basically, if I just set the tank up and then just like add enough hiding spaces.
Yeah, you can make money off the
areas,
plants too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that's another thing people don't realize is they can make money off the plants. Because like if you have a big carpet of plants growing there, you can also just ask the shop, hey, I've got these little plants, do you just want me to put them in tubs and you guys can sell them?
Yeah.
Or something like that, you know?
Yeah.
There's also little nifty ways of doing it.
I love that.
So yeah, you also have to think about who you're going to sell it to. That's another thing. So you have to make sure before you start breeding things, you have a market.
Yeah.
Because otherwise you're just going to have all this crap.
Yeah.
So, yeah, like double check with a local store. Like I'll buy your stuff, but like other people, check with a store and make sure they'll actually buy it. Or have like a way that you can maybe set up your own little website and sell it, or like you can sell stuff on eBay some places. So yeah, that'd be the first one. I guess, should we do another colony one?
Yeah, I'd like to do a couple of colony ones.
All right. Well, another one that's actually really lucrative, I think, are these Hillstream loaches.
Beautiful.
Here right now, these are pretty expensive because no one's got them.
Yeah.
So like these would probably be worth like easily $30 each. I started out with 6, but dude, to breed these, like all I did was put a ton of rocks in the tank, like tons, like you can see.
Yeah.
And I just added 6 males, 3 females, so you don't need a specific ratio.
Oh, so it's really easy.
Yeah, you just need a pair. And they like, I fed them heaps of my bug buffet like every day, and they just bred like crazy. And you can see how many babies are in here. They do take a while to grow, the babies. Like these are all like 4 months old and they're not that big yet. But like once I do have them for sale, even if I got like $10 each, or like not even if I got like $5 each, the amount of time I spent on them, it's still so worth it. Because all I did to this tank was clean it and throw in food.
And like for a colony breeder, that's really good.
Yeah, and I mean, I could probably do shrimp or something else in here as well to boost the money up, or like do
Double
a plant.
whammy.
But like, I obviously didn't set it up like that. But yeah, just an easy colony breeder.
Yeah.
What's another one? Oh, down here, dude. I've actually got heaps. Hey, these are really cool. So these are Pygmy cories. Look at this front. This is actually for a video of mine that I'm doing. But so there's actually eggs in here. See these? They're one of the smallest species of cories you can get. Those 2 dots there are eggs.
Wow, that's so small.
Yeah. So the way these breed, like pretty similar. They're pretty similar to the Hillstream loaches. All I did was add 6 adults in here, fed them heaps of brine shrimp, heaps of bug buffet, and they don't eat their eggs, which is really good. So they're too small to eat their eggs, so they lay a bunch of eggs everywhere. The eggs hatch out, you just like feed them live food, or they will eat, the babies will eat the bug buffet powder, like when you crush it up, so that helps heaps. And they just grow up and then they keep breeding. I also breed these with shrimp.
Oh, okay, so I could do shrimp and
Pygmy cories at the same, like, and then so you can make money from the shrimp and the pygmies.
Yeah.
But like, look in this mop. You ready?
Whoa.
Yeah. So it doesn't look like there's that many, but look under the rock. There's like hundreds, dude, and they breed really quick. So I can sell these to a shop easily for $3 each.
Yeah.
And I could sell shops 50 of them at a time, and I could also sell shrimp out of there too. So like, it's just easy, you know. Like, I don't have to really do much work on these. I just clean the tank.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're a great little profit fish for sure.
Love that.
Probably need another colony breeder, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Go for another colony breeder.
All right, let's have a look in the other room. The good thing, I guess, about the colony breeders is like, because they're normally the easier fish to breed, they're really popular. So
I think with the ones that are colony bred and like the fish that I have a lot more of in that room, I feel like they should be the really popular ones, and I just have like a few species that I really enjoy breeding.
Yeah, because like, I know you got the cactus plecos.
Yeah.
Well, like people want them, but like the market's not huge,
Yeah.
and then like it's also hard to breed them.
Very right.
So it's like not really viable. It's not a profit fish.
Yeah.
Here's a good colony breeder.
It's more of like a novelty thing.
So the Longfin bristlenose are really good. Bristlenose in general are pretty good colony breeders. All you need to do is get an adult pair, male and a female, put them in a tank, and then they just breed.
I mean, look at these guys.
And then to like raise them up, some people think you need a grow out tank and all this stuff. Like they probably would like that, but I just leave them in there with their parents, and then as I need them, I pull them out. So it makes them super easy. I've got them in here with shrimp as well.
Yeah.
In the shrimp breed. So, yeah, I mean, the thing with bristlenose is like everyone's got their common bristlenose, you know, the short fin ones. If you can get something cool like a Longfin bristlenose or a red bristlenose or a, you know, like a different type,
Yeah.
then you've got more chance of making money off it because like they obviously fetch a higher price.
Yeah.
So yeah, no, bristlenose are a good colony breeder and they go with shrimp. So like even with your cactus plecos, there's a way of turning that tank into a profit tank. And if you look in here, these are my peppermint breeding colonies. So like peppermint bristlenose, obviously excellent if they do breed because like they'll have babies and the babies are worth $10 and they can have like 100.
Yeah,
so it's
that's
like $1,000, right?
Yeah.
But they don't breed often. So like to make use of this tank, I put in a ton of red cherry shrimp and the cherry shrimp clean the tank for me.
Perfect.
But they also breed like crazy. Look how many are on these logs. So
Holy moly.
So like I'm probably, yeah, so I'm breeding shrimp in here. And I've also just got, in case those peppermints want to breed, they'll also make money. But yeah, the shrimp do a great job of
They're
yeah.
beautiful too.
Their peps look awesome, hey.
Yeah.
But like look at this wood, dude. Like look at all these shrimp. Yeah. And like some of them aren't super red, so I can just sell those as like wild types.
Yeah.
And they won't fetch as much of a high price, but like,
There's literally hundreds in here.
yeah, dude. Like, it's just a great way of like, yeah, and they keep the tank clean for me, which is really nice. So
Yeah.
there's all this mulm in there, whatever. But like another way, some of the paint's peeled off onto my hand. Yuck. Another way, like this could make more money is if it was like a red willy or a blue willy shrimp, something worth more. Like
Yeah.
these shrimp in here might be worth 50 cents each. But if you've got 100, it adds up.
Yeah, and there
It-
definitely
it-
is a lot in there. So.
It pays for the food.
Yeah.
Right? So like in the power
That's what
bill.
we're aiming for.
But yeah, no, they're a good colony breeder. I mean, this could work. This is how I was breeding them originally. These won't be viable overseas, but in Australia they 100% will be. Pea puffers here are really expensive. Personally, I don't colony breed them. I like, what I'll do is I'll set up a tank like this
Yeah.
with like a bunch of adults, feed them heaps and heaps of live food, which is expensive. And then the males will just breed with the females. If I wanted to colony breed these, all I'd have to do is just add a ton of plants and then you just start seeing babies pop up. Like I pulled them out of here the other day and you can always see babies coming up.
It's crazy.
Let's try and find one for the video. Maybe you just get, yeah, there you go. Look at them. See that little speck? So like, you'll just see those starting to appear around the tank and they'll grow up and you won't get heaps. Like you might get like, per month, you might get maybe 5 or 10 peas. But like if they're worth $50 here, a huge win.
Yeah.
Overseas for $5, like all the wild caught ones, maybe not, but over here for sure. Yeah, another one's L397s. This is, I didn't realize how well these bred in colonies. These, basically, yeah, an adult group, that's expensive to get. Like you might have to grow them up yourself.
Yeah.
They're expensive to start with. But all I do is leave them in here and then babies start to pop up. So you can see in here, there's like a baby right there on the wood. There you go, yeah. So like I just leave them, I don't touch this tank. There is some yellow shrimp in here, but I think the L397s are good at hunting down the babies, so they don't really breed too well.
Yeah.
But yeah, all I do is just feed this tank. I feed it bug buffet. Like you can see a few baby shrimp here and there. See on the,
Oh yeah.
like yeah, like, but nothing crazy. Not the same as the other tanks, but yeah, I just feed it my bug buffet because it breaks up. Like the babies get to eat it too.
Yeah.
And I used to like really mess around with this tank. I'd like take out the bristlenose. I mean, I'd take out the plecos and try and get the babies and raise them myself. I just left it.
Yeah.
And they do a perfectly good job at doing it. And there's probably like 30 or 40 of these little baby
How
catfish
often
in
do
there.
they breed?
They're not super, like you can't rely on them. But like if you got 20 tanks
Yeah, exactly.
and one of them's dedicated to this.
Yeah.
And like if they, each year, if they have like 3 clutches of babies and there's 50 in there, it's 150 fish.
Yeah.
Probably worth, I mean, you could probably get $20 each for them. So then,
Yeah.
so like probably $3,000 worth of stock. But like $3,000 a year extra for one tank.
That's perfect.
And that's worst case. if they worst case is they don't breed, but who cares?
Yeah.
Because you can still have fun looking at them. But
Yeah, and if they don't breed, there's all the other fish in the fish room that are...
yeah, those are probably the best colony breeders. Like,
Yeah.
and then you want something to breed and put in the grow outs.
So like something that's like maybe like breeds a lot, like quite a bulk sort of breeder.
Yeah, something, and it grows quick.
Yeah, definitely.
And that you can reliably breed is
Yeah.
another thing. So probably Luminatus.
Yeah.
So the reason I say Luminatus, I think they're definitely like an up and coming popular fish. Like in the future, especially as tanks get smaller and people get nano tanks, these are going to be super popular because they stay small and they're super colourful.
Yeah.
Other thing is you won't see tons of farms breeding them yet.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So like they're a great little thing that you could be like to a shop, oh, can I like sell you 30 of these, $10 each, once a month?
Yeah.
You know, so like, so these are my Luminatus. This is one of my colonies. I've got 10 fish in here. At the moment, these are selling for $60 Australian a pair, which is pretty nice. And they're very, very easy to breed. So tons of bug buffet, tons of brine shrimp as well to get the protein up in these guys.
Yeah.
But if you look, all I do is have a blank tank. I could have some shrimp in here if I wanted.
Yeah.
And I could also have a plant, but I don't have one in there.
I love the idea of the shrimp with it as well.
The shrimp's just an easy way of making money, dude.
Yeah.
You could also have snails and stuff in there, like if you look up here, that rabbit snail, this is a yellow rabbit snail, that's worth $60. I haven't got them to breed yet because I don't really have the proper tank set up for them. I'm trying to get them to breed in the pots because they need substrate to breed.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping they climb up and breed in there. But yeah, I mean, like they could just be they help clean the tank. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and these snowball shrimp too, like they're super easy to breed. They're a Neocaridina.
Yeah.
You could put those in any tank. Like I had them in here, and there's like 20 or so, and they're worth $3 each, and they just clean the tank for me,
Yeah.
like just on accident. You know what I mean? But anyway, so back to the Luminatus. So like, this mop was put in here yesterday. I saw them around it this morning, so there should be some eggs. Normally, from each colony, I at least get 10 a day. So that's 10 fish a day, 70 fish a week.
Do they have a pretty good hatch rate?
Yeah, fairly decent. You probably get 50 a week from
Yeah.
a good group. 50 offspring. So there's an egg. So what you do is every morning go through this tank. Can you see that egg?
Yeah.
Yeah, you just pick out these eggs and then I throw that into my grow out tank. So like, I don't really have one set up for them yet, but like, I'll just put them in here. Literally, all I do, like for your grow out tank, all you do is make sure there's no snails, nothing in there that's going to eat the eggs, just a blank grow out tank with some plants.
Yeah.
Throw them in, and then when they start to hatch, I just crush up the bug buffet for them.
Yeah.
And yeah, you can see up the top here, these are all Luminatus. There's a few other different assorted blue eyes in there, but
Oh, there's heaps.
yeah, I just focus on the Luminatus.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are like what are they called?
More time-consuming fish.
Yeah, like a time consuming, because you got to spend an hour a day, just like, well, not an hour a day, but like 20 minutes a day, picking out the eggs and hatching them out yourself. Like,
Yeah, right.
so they're easy, but like, yeah, maybe one more time consuming one. I don't know if we got 10, but like I've tried my best to fill it up. But another time consuming one. Depends, because like it needs to be like something that will always sell. Like, honestly, I'd say like CPDs, but they're just like so
Yeah.
unreliable for me for some reason. So like
Yeah.
I don't like those as a profit fish. Rams, I reckon.
True.
So like, you could use one of your 2-foot tanks for like a pair of rams, and it's a little bit of a trick. It's definitely way more work than the Luminatus,
Yeah.
but it does fetch you very good margins. So like rams, each of these rams once grown up could sell for $5 to a shop,
Yeah.
and each batch I could make easily 100. So like, and they grow quick,
Yeah.
and they're colourful. So like,
They're beautiful.
yeah, so at the moment, I went away for a month and I haven't been doing too good of a job breeding. Like
Yeah.
a lot of my intensive pain in the ass fish, I call them.
Yeah. So you've just been doing more of your
Yeah, so
colony
like-
breeders as well?
Yeah, dude. Yeah, because it's just easy. But like, at the moment, I've got this really nice pair of super red rams, and I've been trying to teach them how to raise their own babies. So, can you see the female there? Yeah. So like, this is an easy way of doing it. But in a way, you can colony breed these. Like,
Yeah.
I'll set them up a big dirty tank like this with a bunch of plants, and then I add a few dither fish, like these little rice fish up there.
Yeah.
And all I do is put the pair in, live food, just take good care of them, nice dirty tannic tank,
Yeah.
and then hopefully they learn to raise their own babies, and then all I have to do is take the babies out once they're eating prepared foods.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like the other way is you raise the eggs yourself. Like I've got heaps of videos on my channel.
Yeah.
So you could try these, but yeah, like definitely not an easy fish to breed. Hard to find good brood stock as well.
Yeah, because aren't a lot of them like imported and then
Yeah.
it just come in weak or whatever?
Yeah, they're just like, yeah, not good. So like for me to get my brood stock was really hard.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, they're still cool. If you're overseas, if there's something overseas people should make, if you're not in Australia, if you've got access to these, they are very, very good. Honey blue eyes. I only got these yesterday, and they've only just in Queensland been legal to reproduce for money.
Right.
They're critically endangered in the wild, so you can't collect them. But they're from actually like 2 hours away from us, which is really cool. But look how good the males look. These breed the exact same as the Luminatus. But yeah, they're just like another one. Like imagine taking that to the store. You take in 20 of those for $10. Like they'll easily sell them.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, it's just like there's money to be made on a lot of fish. But that's what I would do.
Yeah.
Another way you can make money is like with the shrimp you can add snails in, you can do all sorts of stuff. But like that's just like where I'm at with my breeding at the moment. So yeah.
Love that.
And just like that, we formed the perfect breeding foundation plan. Now I can travel back on the train, rest assured that one more piece of the puzzle is placed in the making of our fish room.